Hey guys, Donna Brown here, work from home queen. Hope you're doing well. And in today's video, I want to talk about why I don't ask my subscribers to my email to unsubscribe. So this is relatively new, I guess, in the grand scheme of things, but there's definitely been a lot of discussion around the current trending email strategy of asking people to unsubscribe if they are no longer interested in your information or curious, or if there's no longer any alignment or anything like that. And I actually really disagree with the strategy, and these are the reasons why. I have no issue if you want to do it, you're more than welcome to go ahead and do it, but this is why I don't actually adopt that methodology. And I should say, if you're curious on why people do it, there's a couple of theories around it. Some of it is around the fact that a lot of email subscription services, so the platforms that you use to email out subscribers, the fee, the investment that you pay per month to have that tool is a sliding scale based on the number of subscribers that you have. So if you have people who are on your list who are actually not even interested in your content and just delete it all the time, they're actually inflating your list numbers, therefore possibly bumping somebody into a more expensive monthly membership than if they had less people on their list who are actually keen and interested on their stuff. So one of the reasons is it could actually save them a lot of money on the monthly subscription because they can shrink their list down to a core group of people who are actually interested. And the other reason is more from a more legitimate marketing strategy, to shock people, to make you take action, to trigger you to do something, to possibly actually buy their stuff or take them up on an offer because you've called them out on their BS. That's the other side of it. But the main reason why I don't actually adopt that strategy, and I never will, is because in my experience and the reason why is very unique to me in the sense that it's what I have felt and that's why I believe in it. So many people don't actually take action from my emails until a very long time has passed. So when I get a lot of inflow of people subscribing to my newsletter and I send out regular content all the time, there's always those kinds of personalities that buy straight away. And then there are those personalities that need a lot of time to think about whether they want to buy from me, whether they, align with me, whether they like what I'm talking about, whether they even agree with me, and whether my offer suits them at that place in time in their, in their life. And if I was to unsubscribe these people, then they would never get the chance to actually buy from me or invest with me or take me up on the offer that I have available to them. Some people have come back to me after being a year on my newsletter saying, I've been reading your content, I've been watching your videos, I love you, and now I'm finally ready to buy. And if I had deleted them out or asked them to unsubscribe, I would have lost that opportunity. I find that the people that get the most offended by that shock strategy of unsubscribe if you don't like me, or if this is not relevant, or if you're not, committed to your business, any of that language that certain marketers use, if the people who are usually offended by that or triggered by that to leave and get really upset and thinking, well, I'm not investing money with you because you're rude, it's those people that actually usually need a little bit more time to think about whether they want to work with you or not. The people who make a fast decision and, straight away buy or don't buy, they don't care about your shock tactics. So they'll unsubscribe or they don't give a rat's ass. It's the people who are actually think and take a little bit more time to make a decision are the ones that are actually going to be triggered by your email, and they're the ones that are going to complain about you publicly and leave your email list, like unsubscribe instantly, and you're missing out on the potential to actually work with them. I've seen many of these, let's call them gentle business owners. I've seen many of these gentle business owners absolutely love somebody's content, think they're fantastic, and then they try this unsubscribe from me if you're not committed or if you're not serious kind of strategy, and then they get really offended and then they leave, even though they probably would have bought from them eventually if you had just left them on your list and let them absorb your information. So for me, the biggest reason is that sometimes it can take people a while to commit to you and to invest in you. And I'm okay with that. I'm here for the long run. I'm here to help them. So if it's going to take you a while to make a decision, that's totally cool with me. I'm just going to keep sharing content until you're ready to take that step. I don't care about having to pay a little bit extra in a monthly membership to email you all out. Doesn't bother me at all. It'd be different if you had 100,000 subscribers and only 2,000 were actually legitimate fans. Like, that's a big difference, but most people don't have that situation. And that's why I don't adopt that strategy of deleting people off my list or asking people to unsubscribe if they don't like me or if they're not committed to their business. The other reason why is, and this is just on a slight side kind of perspective, I see a lot of people, especially virtual assistants, talking about deleting people off their database who they can see through the analytics of whatever platform they use, and not actually opening their emails or clicking on links, etc. And so they assume that the client is not interested, and so they actually delete them off their list. Now, the reason why I don't do that is because those algorithms that measure and track that data are not 100% perfect. Sometimes they miss it. So if somebody opens up their email, it reads your email in their inbox and doesn't actually open it, it may not trigger it have ever been tracked as being opened. If they don't download the pictures, then it may trigger as never being opened. If they if they only read it in the preview pane, or if they come back to it later on from their phone versus from their inbox on their computer. Like, there's lots of little things to consider, and none of this tracking software is perfect. There are some occasions where people have replied back to an email newsletter I have sent out, but if I go into the statistics, it says it's never even been opened. So I don't trust those analytics. You can get a rough idea, but it's definitely not gospel. So I truly believe that there is absolutely, and especially for me in my situation, there is no point in asking people to unsubscribe or deleting them from your database. Just leave them there. If they want to be there, they can. If they don't want the newsletter, they'll leave. Don't worry. Just keep pumping out awesome content, sharing fantastic information, great value, and that's all you really need to worry about. Excuse me. So this is the reason why I don't believe in asking people to unsubscribe or just unsubscribing them myself. I hope it's been helpful, and let me know your thoughts. When you get an email from someone saying you're not committed to your business, so you should unsubscribe from my database, how does that make you feel? Like, what do you think about that? I'd be really curious to hear, because it's something that pops up in various business groups all the time, and it's interesting to read everyone's comments on how they perceive that marketing strategy. So comment below, let me know your thoughts, and I will see you next time. So give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time.